Hello YouTube viewers, hope you're all doing good. Welcome to this video. I'm Venkat and this is Just Me, an open source channel. Right, in our previous video we saw how to create an application, create an environment and manage it in the Elastic Beanstalk using the EB CLI command. And in this video we're going to create multiple environments for your web application. So that would be the normal use case. And I also show you how to integrate your EB environment with Git source control by having multiple branches and multiple environments. So basically, the idea is you create a dev branch and a development environment. You deploy the app, you test it, and if it works, you create a production environment. So how to switch between the two environments and how to manage those two environments in Elastic Beanstalk using EB CLI. So that's the idea of this video. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to make a directory, EB demo. So that will be my project directory, cd to EB demo. And I'm going to initialize this as an empty Git repository, git init. And if I do git status, so we are on the master branch. That's good. And I'm going to create an index.html file, echo index.html, and you can see I'm creating just a simple text to say just me an open source version 1.0. Okay, ls, we've got index.html. I'm going to add that, git add dot, and then commit it. Git commit my first commit or something like that. Git status, git log. So we've got one log, one entry, and you can see the commit hash here. So okay, so we've got one commit. So now let's create a development branch. So that's our main branch, master branch. And I'm going to git checkout -b dev. So now we have switched into our dev branch, git branch. So we've got two branches, dev and master, and currently we are in the dev branch. Okay, and we have this index.html, cool. And in here, I'm going to create a development environment in Elastic Beanstalk. So as usual, eb init. So I've logged into my London region, so I'm going to select 16. And the application name, I'm going to leave that as EB demo. And on the right here, I'm going to go to the Elastic Beanstalk EB demo. Let's delete that. Delete application. That's from my previous recording. Let's start everything from scratch. Okay, so that's clean. So we don't have any application or any environment. It appears you're using PHP. Is this correct? Yes, we are. And the default version is 7.2. Let's go with that. Do you wish to continue with code commit? Default is no. I don't want to do that. Do you want to set up SSH for your instance? No, I don't want that. So we have done the eb init command. So the next command is eb create. And I'm going to give it a name, ebdemo-dev. Okay, so that's going to take some time, and you can see here it has created an application version app 5b19. And if you remember, so that's our git commit ID. So by default it takes the git commit ID as the application version, and the region, environment ID, application name, application version, the platform. Everything is looking good. So it's going to take 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm going to pause the video and come back when it's ready. All right, I think it's ready. I didn't think it would take too long. It only took about 2 to 3 minutes. Actually, it only took about a couple of minutes. Okay, so our environment is ready, and it has created all the underlying resources like load balancers, easy to instance, CloudWatch alarm, auto scaling group, auto scaling policies, and all those things. Okay, let me clear the screen. If I do eb list, there is only one environment, eb demo dev. On the right, I'm going to refresh. So there we go. So that's our environment. And the application version you see, it's app 5b19. So that's from the git commit ID. And you can see the same here, eb status. So that's the deployed version, and you've got a few more details. Okay, so that's good so far. What we are going to do next, let's look at the URL, the endpoint. You can do that by doing eb open command, eb open, and just me an open source version 1.0. Okay, so that's looking good. Now let's go ahead and create a production environment from this one. So I'm going to git checkout master. So switch to master, git branch. So we are in the master branch, and I'm going to do git merge dev, already up to date. Okay, git status, that's just the .git ignore file. Okay, I'm going to do eb create eb demo prod. So now I'm creating a second environment for production, and it's going to take the same app version because we didn't make any changes. It's going to take the app version from the same git commit id because we are just moving from the dev branch to the master branch. So this will be our production environment, eb demo prod. Again, it's going to take a couple of minutes. I'll come back when it's ready. All right, on the right you can see the our prod environment, the production environment is getting created. It's gray. I'm gonna leave another minute or two for that to turn green. All right, the environment is up and running now. On the right you can see that's our demo prod environment. Let me clear the screen, and if I do eb list, you can see there are two environments right now. So we are working with one application and we are creating multiple environment for that application. So there is this dev environment and prod environment, and with the asterisk symbol here, you can see that that's the currently active environment. And you can do all sorts of things that I explained in the previous video, like eb status, eb config to look at the configuration or edit the configuration, eb logs to retrieve the logs, eb status, eb help, and all the commands are applicable to this environment at the moment. If you want to switch the environment to dev, you can use eb use, eb demo dev, the name of the environment. So that will switch you to the development environment. But you don't have to do that. If you switch your branch, git branch, to the appropriate branch, it will switch the Elastic Beanstalk environment to that environment automatically. Okay, let's do eb open. So we are in the prod environment. We'll just have a quick look. Eb open. Okay, just me an open source version 1.0. That's looking good. Okay, so now we are going to switch to the development branch. Git checkout dev. Okay, if I do eb list now, you can see that the the Elastic Beanstalk environment has automatically switched to the dev environment. You don't have to do that manually. EB use, you don't have to do EB use the environment name to switch manually. Whenever you switch your Git version to a different branch, then it gets switched automatically. Git checkout master, EB list, and you can see our environment changed to the prod. Okay, let's go back to the dev branch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the index.html file, index.html. Let's say we want to change that to 2.0, git add, and then do a git commit -m for message. Let's call it second commit. Okay, that's done. Git log, and master is still in the first commit, and the development branch is ahead. It's a commit ahead of the master branch. Okay, so now the command is to update your environment. It's not, we are not creating a new environment. We are just updating our existing dev environment. Let's quickly test which environment we are in. Dev environment. Okay, so make sure you're in the right environment before deploying the updated application. The command is eb deploy. That's it. And you can see it has uploaded the application, the new application version, to S3. And it's not creating a new environment. Environment update is starting, so it's updating the existing environment. And it's not going to take too long because it's not going to create all the underlying resources. It's just updating the application. Okay, as you can see, it's already ready. If we do eb open, and we can see just me an open source version 2.0. That's good. And now let's switch to the master branch. So say we've done the testing, we have updated the code, we've deployed it in the development environment, and we are happy that the application is looking good. We want to push that to the production environment. Let's switch to the master branch. Git checkout master, EB list. So the environment is also switch to the production environment, eb open, just main open source version 1.0. Okay, let's deploy, let's merge the code first. We need to merge it. Git merge dev. Okay, so now the master branch is in sync with the dev branch. We merged the dev branch with the master branch. And then I'm also going to show you a way to tag it. So let's say we are happy with this version of the application. Let's tag it. Git tag -a, let's say version 2.0, and then with the message second version. Okay, that's done. Git tag, and you can see we've got one tag for our Git repository version 2.0. EB list, just to make sure we are in the right environment. We are, and then we can do EB deploy, and it's going to take a couple of minutes. I don't think it will take a couple of minutes. It will take less than 30 seconds. And you can see it has created a new application version, and it's based on the tag that we gave, not based on the commit ID. So whenever you do a git tag, the eb deploy command will take the label we assigned to the tag as the application version. Okay, we are good, and now we can do eb deploy command. If you do eb deploy, for example, if I look into the production environment, the running version, it says app version 201902, whatever it is, but the this is the date timestamp. But if you want to, hang on a minute. Oh, I did eb deploy. Okay, that's okay, that's fine. We've already done that, no problem. If we do eb open, just me an open source version 2.0 and eb demo prod. So we've pushed our change to eb the production environment. But if you want to change the label, say for example, uh, your running version is app v2 on the date timestamp, but if you want to change this to something meaningful, you can do that. So the command is eb deploy -l version 2.0, or you can say eb demo version 2.0. So it's again uploading the source file, source code to the S3 bucket, and it's updating the environment at the moment. So once it's updated the environment, we should be able to see the version change, and I'll also show you the app version command that you can use. Okay, so that's done. If I do eb open, just main open source version 2.0, and if I click the production environment, you can see the running version is eb demo version 2.0. It's always useful to give a meaningful name for your version so that you can understand, you can see from here what version of your application you're running. And back in here, if you do eb status, region deployed version is eb demo version 2.0, and the runtime is php 7.2. Okay, all looking good. And eb list, so we have these two environment. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you in this video, but there's one more thing. If you want to terminate, so you've learned something, it's always a good practice to shut down or delete the resources that you have used. If you leave it running, it's going to cost you money if you're not in the free tier account. If you're in the free tier account, it's going to eat up your free tier limits, because it has created the elastic load balancer, EC2 instances, alarm, scaling policy, and all those things. So it's better to clean up all the resources. Okay, so we are in the EB demo prod environment. So if you want to terminate this production environment, EB terminate. If you just do EB terminate, it's going to ask you for the name for the confirmation. And you can type in the name, press enter, and it will terminate that environment for you. If you don't want to ask for confirmation, you can do EB terminate --force. That won't ask you for this prompt. It will go ahead and terminate your environment. Okay, but what if you want to terminate all the environment for this application at once? EB terminate --all --force. So that's going to terminate all your environment. Let's do that. And once we have deleted the environments, we also need to delete the S3 bucket, because the S3 bucket will have an associated bucket policy so that accidental deletion is prevented. So we have to delete that bucket policy and then delete the S3 bucket itself. Okay, so it's gonna take a while to clean up all the resources, and I'm gonna pause the video and come back when it's ready. All right, as you can see, the both the environments are in alert state because the underlying resources are getting terminated, and it's still terminating these two environments. All right, our environments have been terminated, and the Elastic Beanstalk homepage is now back to how it was before. Okay, let's go to S3 and then delete the bucket. S3, and that's the bucket. Let's click on the bucket, permissions, bucket policy. So that's our bucket policy. We need to delete it. Otherwise, it won't let us delete the bucket. Okay, bucket policy deleted. Let's go back, select the bucket, and then click delete. We got to paste the name of the bucket for confirmation. Copy, paste, and click confirm. Okay, cool. Our environment is completely back to how it was at the start of this video. We have cleaned all the resources. All right, so this is how you use EB CLI to manage and create multiple Elastic Beanstalk environments using Git source control. Cool. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Right. Okay. So if you've got any questions or any issues following this, please let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Right. And thank you so much for your time watching this video. And I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends if you like this video. Hope it was useful. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.